Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are the Casual Pro Gamer. Oh my god. Welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a match from the Zotac EU number 112 between AcerBly or AcerBly and EmpireHappy. I'm going to vote for this guy because his name is just so much easier. Anyway, it is a Zerg versus Terran, and yeah, we will see how this goes. This is the first one out of a best of 3. I'm going to cast the entire best of 3. So even if you or best of 5, I don't actually know. Huh. Anyway, yeah, some of the finals are, this is the finals, some of the finals are best of 5. Anyway, I'm going to cast all of the games, and since I don't know yet how many replays there are, and I didn't really check, I never check because I don't want to be spoiled myself, so that's why. So I just download them one by one, and if enough people actually watch this, then I will go and fetch the earlier rounds as well. But for now, we are just doing one by one the final match up. And yeah, Zerg versus Terran. That means wall off by this Terran at first. Then yeah, let's bring out. Oh, that's not it. That's the one that I want. We will see a lot of drones coming out here. Probably fast expansion. Yep, there we go. And yeah, he actually sends out a scouting drone. That is. Yeah, not very uncommon, but it is still something that's not regularly done. So you just check whether or not it is well, a tight seal, and it is, of course, because these guys are pros, man. So and SCV is going to scout for him now. So the fast expansion coming out, the spawning pool also coming out, and that means that we at least will get the ability to make some queens and make some zerglings in case that's necessary. Normally we see 2 zerglings coming out just to scout when the Terran is pushing out, and once the Terran is pushing out we see well, a load more units, but this Overlord getting to the high ground, getting away from the Marine, doesn't want to get sniped, obviously. And yeah, I think the block off will be moved to this side, and yeah, so he will block this off for now. But once this command center has been completed, I think he will move that up a little bit. Make sure that he can he walls off either, well, a line over here or just the entire front of the base. So the SCV comes back. On this side, yeah, not a whole lot happening, but there never is. One extractor is coming out. Yeah, the Zerg early game, and here are the 2 Zerglings. One over here, one over here. They're going to capture the Zelnaga watchtowers, or are they now? Yeah, they're still Zelnaga towers now. They're no longer watchtowers. And yeah, they are going to try to run in. And it might actually work because the supply depot is down, but no. The Marines actually scary enough to chase away the Zerglings. And yeah, the supply depot is going to block this off, so I'm going to have to guess that there's going to be some buildings over here hiding, well, a little bit hiding off the factory here. He still wants to have that in the front of the base, but not in clear sight. And yeah, you see just the Zelnaga towers being captured here by the Zerglings. Not a whole lot of other things coming out. 2 extra queens coming out to just do some creep spread, as well as just in case the because he couldn't scout the enemy base, just in case there are banshees coming out, which for the moment are not coming out, but might also be an option. Yeah, so for now, just guarding against that, and of course the queens are useful for many other applications. One spine crawler coming up, and with the transfuse on these guys, transfuse costs 50, so it's kind of a high priced something. You need to save up quite a lot of energy for that. But yeah, 3 queens are going to defend pretty well without needing to transfuse anything. And there go the creep tumors. The creep tumors are going to spread the creep obviously in as far as they possibly can, because creep gives you vision, and vision is good. So yeah, 4 of these Hellions now in the front, and one of them got damaged a little bit, but 4 queens now in the front, and he is going to have to run one of them well, forwards and backwards a little bit. Yeah, they are so terribly slow off of creep. It's incredible. Yeah, they're going to try to get some damage done on the Hellions, but the Hellions are doing way more damage to them. And I have to feel that this one, oh, transfused just in the nick of time. And yeah, he's going to do some damage here, but yeah, it's costing him so much energy as well as just time. I mean, he needs to pay attention to all of that while doing his other things, and the Terran player just, yeah, could just let his Hellions do whatever they do, and Hellions are now going to be healed up. One of them almost got killed. That was under 10 hit points, and it seems that the Zerg player just put out a couple of these Zerglings, and is just going for another expansion here. Of course, if he can keep this, then he is far ahead. If he can't keep this, then he's pretty screwed, because losing 300 minerals is a pretty big deal. And yeah, he doesn't really have a whole lot of other things going on. So yeah, the hatchery does get discovered. If he can cancel it before it goes down, well, if he can protect it, that would be great. But if he can cancel it before it goes down, it's still okay. But I think it will stay up against these 4 Hellions. It's just yeah, kind of risky to do it like this, to kind of depend on your defense. But yeah, if you don't play risky, you're never going to win. So the Zerglings are going to come in. They're going to get roasted a little bit by these Hellions. And wow, the Hellions actually losing that. Well, one of them getting out, but still, money-wise, I think the Hellions didn't do too well there. And he is going to capture this tower now. More Zerglings coming out, because obviously the income for Zerg is pretty good. And he did manage to save his hatchery. Of course, he can heal it up with his queen if he needs to. And he is going to just inject some larvae, get some drones out, and yeah, just hold off the next attack, hopefully. So here's the Terran force coming in. Some Marines with 3 Marauders. And it's not a big deal, and he can definitely hold that off, well, in a normal circumstance. But it seems that, well, with this many medefacts, it is hard to hold off this push, because, well, the medefacts of course do a whole lot of healing. But there are the infestors. The infestors are going to do a lot of damage, but yeah, the hatchery goes down, and even though he loses all of this, it is well worth it. So a new hatchery going up, 300 minerals for, well, probably the same on the enemy team, but he loses a base, so the Zerg player loses a base, and because of that can't mine for a little bit out of this, so he is going to be put a little bit behind. Although, as I said, they probably lost the same amount of resources. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. The Terran actually a little bit behind on the resources lost. I'm not entirely sure what is and what is not in this. Pretty sure buildings are in this. Not really sure. Well, no, and I'm sure that cancelled buildings are not in this. But for the rest, I don't really know what's in it, what's not in it. So a little bit of sniping on the command center. The command center is going to be transformed into a planetary fortress. Planetary fortress, of course, a very useful upgrade. It may not be as good as the... Oh, come on, what's it called? This thing, orbital command. But the orbital command gives you money, where the planetary fortress gives you defense, and for a forward base like this, defense is way more important than a little bit of extra money, or resources I should call it, because it's not actually money, it's minerals. So yeah, his overlord here got either destroyed or retreated to over here. No, it got destroyed by the marine probably. Anyway, it's oh, there's an overlord over here, maybe that's it. But anyway, he's going to repopulate that base with 2 Zerglings, and the Zerglings are just there to make sure that he can see when the enemy is taking that base. That is of course a really nice thing to have. So the Zerglings coming in, lots of infestors here. Let's pull up the unit tab and see what he actually has. He has 9 infestors going, 76 Zerglings and some queens against 53 marines and some medevacs and some tanks. So all in all, it's a pretty even matchup, I would say. It's just that yeah, the Zerg had a better positioning there, and yeah, just came out ahead. He had the infestors, of course, and the infestors getting a lot of things done. I don't know if he still has all the infestors now. He lost 2, so that's yeah, it's a reasonably big deal. It's not huge, but it is definitely a costly unit, so you don't want to lose that too easily. Anyway, the new base coming up here, and you see that he's sniping all of the creep tumors just to prevent that creep spread a little bit, and he's going to try to pick off this base, but that's never going to happen. And there are the tanks. The tanks are going to do very well against these Zerglings, but yeah, the Zerglings of course are very cost efficient, they're very cheap, and it seems that yeah, the siege tanks are going to pull up to this base, and they are going to do a lot of damage. So this base is kind of lost. He doesn't have the army left to engage on this, and in the back here we saw a little bit of a drop. Don't really pay too much attention because this is the more important part of this game. So as you can see, another drop coming in, but it gets spotted by the overlord that's there. And there go the Zerglings. Yeah, all the marines getting sniped before they can do anything, and a large army over here that is going to pick up this base again. I have to, well, I have to think at least. So yeah, the infested Terrans taking down the medevac. Apparently you need 3 infested Terrans and 1 fungal growth to take that down. So yeah, large amount of Zerglings still available. And here you see 72 of those, and some Broodlords coming up. Broodlords of course not yet in the army, they're over here. And yeah, if they can actually move to the enemy base and stay protected, that is going to be a huge deal. Because Broodlords are very effective against anything that that Terran has, except for Vikings. So another base goes down, and it seems that at least the Broodlings are getting something done here. No, the Broodlords can't really stay in. They can't really well, just go there. And yeah, 1 Corruptor here going to try to pick off these 2 Corruptors, going to try to pick off these medevacs, and one of them goes down. Unfortunately, not the one with the most units in it, but he has to follow through. He has to try to destroy this one as well. Yep, he gets it done without any losses, so even though the Marines dropped, it wasn't the problem. So loads of units still available. Let's see in the Terran base what he's actually building. He is building some starports and going for those Vikings, I think. I don't think he's going for anything bigger than that. Although he might. What's this? No, this is Vikings indeed. So Vikings are going to come up, and wow, The wall-off not really necessary, but it is really nice to have, of course. And here you see it, the Brood Lords against the Planetary Fortress. Yeah, that's really not a real contest, because yeah, obviously the Brood Lords can hit the command center, but not the other way around, or the Planetary Fortress it's called. So some Vikings out now. I don't know if he spotted the Vikings, but he has a large number of Corruptors out, and Corruptors should be better than Vikings. And yeah, we'll have to see if that actually works out. So a large amount of Zerglings here. Zerglings are not good against the Planetary Fortress, but they do block off the entire, well, surrounding the perimeter of the building, making sure that there's no healing, no repairing going on. And now at least he does see the Vikings, so even if he didn't spot them before, and I think no, he didn't lose the Vikings, the Broodlords yet, but the Vikings are hammering on them. And there are the Corruptors. The Corruptors are going to come in, they're going to snipe the Vikings, and hopefully before the Broodlords go down. Yep, they are going to get that, and they're not going to follow through because they're slower than the medevacs. Or at least they can't catch up. Maybe they're equal speed. I don't know the exact speed of every unit, obviously. I'm a beginner, man. I'm a beginner. Give me a break. So the Zerglings coming in, and the Zerglings are going to snipe this, well, SCV, because there's nothing more here. This this lonely dude is still standing there, and another base coming up for our Zerg player here. He can build one more, and then so over here, and then it's kind of done because oh, I guess he can take this one too. This one would be very risky, but yeah, he has so much more. Let's see the income tab. The income actually showing that, well, he has more harvesters, so the Zerg player has more harvesters, and he currently has the Ultralisk coming in. Ultralisk, of course, very good against most units, but yeah, not against the siege tanks, but there are no siege tanks out. Let's see what he actually had out. Yeah, he had some Marines, and that's it. So, completely outmined here. He had 0 bases, I think, mining. Yeah, this was the only part that was mining after this base would go down. And as we saw from the income looked pretty equal, but that's because of all the mules. The mules. And yeah, once those run out, it's pretty much over. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you for game 2. GG.